Good afternoon. My name's Linda Carlton. I'm the mayor for the Township of Macker for the Parry Sound District on the FONOM board. I'm pleased to introduce Stephen Del Duca. Stephen Del Duca was first elected to the Ontario Legislature in September 2012 and had the chance to serve as Minister of Transportation and as Minister of Economic Development and Growth. In March of 2020, Stephen was elected as a leader of the Ontario Liberal Party. Stephen, his wife, 2 daughters, and 2 dogs are now proud residents of Vaughan. Thank you, Stephen.
Well, it's a real pleasure for me to join virtually with the annual Federation of Northern Ontario Municipalities Conference. I want to begin by wishing all of you the very best for a discussion that I know, as always, will be thoughtful, will be helpful, and will be chock full of the kind of information that the families across northeastern Ontario so desperately need. I want to pay tribute to Danny Whalen, your president, and the rest of the executive. I know from my own experience in government as a senior cabinet minister, both at Transportation and Economic Development and Growth, how incredibly important FONOM's voice is in terms of the advocacy for issues, real transportation solutions for the Northeast, a real economic development future for that part of our incredible province, healthcare supports, and so much more. I also want to take just a quick moment to acknowledge how difficult the past 13 or 14 months has been for families across the Northeast and right across Ontario. So much suffering and so much sacrifice. I know, as you do as well, that whatever kind of recovery Ontario puts together successfully on the other side of this pandemic ordeal needs to include real, tangible solutions for the people living in Northern Ontario, living in the Northeast, and right across this incredible province. Ontario Liberals are currently engaged in a very thorough platform development process, but I made some specific commitments while I was running to be leader of my party, and I'm determined to make sure that we follow through on those. That means that we do in fact need to make sure that our highway infrastructure, our economic potential, our publicly funded education, our universal public health care, our fight against the climate crisis, and the creation of economic dignity for every hardworking Ontarian is something that we secure. I also believe that on the other side of this pandemic, Ontario families, including those living in the Northeast, will need security, will need resiliency, and will need empathy coming from their government at Queen's Park. I want you all to know that as someone who's running to be your next premier, that I'm determined to work as hard as I possibly can to be there for every part of Ontario, including the Northeast. I want you to know you can count on me and the Ontario Liberals to be true partners and allies. All the very best for your conference, and I'm really looking forward to seeing all of you again in person when it's safe and responsible for us to do so. Stay safe and stay healthy.